Hey everybody, Jim from Coleus back again this week. We're doing so well here. I'm so happy to be in my greenhouse now. Uh, I feel much better when I start to feel like I'm in control, and it's really a lot of work when you're growing 600 or more Coleus. Watering, trimming, planning. Again, at this point now, my mind is set on taking care of them, but also the farmers market that I'll be taking part in again this year in Bay Head, New Jersey, starting to plan my pots and so forth. So I want to do a quick video for you guys so you can, whether you're growing 10, 15, or 20 Coleus, these maybe some ideas for you for next year or even this year. It's still soon, it's still early enough for maybe making up some pots for gifts for friends, just as a thank you. It's such a simple, personal, unusual, gift that you can give somebody, and it's a gift that'll remain. And cut flowers are beautiful and so forth, but they die. One thing about a Coleus, a beautiful Coleus arrangement, something like this, I just potted, that it'll last for months and months and months and years if you take care of it. And it's not hard to do, especially if you follow Jim Coleus, because I explain how to take care of your Coleus throughout its life, depending on what you want to do with it. It could start off again. We'll start off with a simple potted Coleus like this. This is an Empire Kong, a red, and you can give this as a gift. It's nice and small, light. Your grandmother or your mom, or I know Mother's Day is gone, but it's never too late for a Mother's Day gift. But it's a nice simple gift that you can give, and they can do what they want with it. They got a pot, they want to take the Coleus out and transplant it, they could do that. They could put it in a bigger pot, or they can just let it grow and then trim it and make rootings out of it and so forth. And you could teach them how to do that, and you can learn. If you don't know how to do that, you can do that. You can learn from Jim's Coleus. But I'm going to show you a bunch of just some ideas for you that you could put your Coleus directly in the ground. Nobody says you can't do that. There's a couple of things you have to be careful about, like cedar mulch. Cedar mulch is poisonous to Coleus, so you don't want to put cedar mulch. As beautiful as it looks and how beautiful and the smell, and it also keeps insects away, it's poisonous to Coleus. But you can put your Coleus directly in the ground. But if you don't want to put your Coleus in the ground, you want to pot them. And there are so many there's so many options available, and so inexpensively. We have our dollar stores, eBay, Amazon, but you can pick up a simple plastic window box planter for $1 or so at the dollar store, and put 3 Coleus in it. Use good quality potting soil, and there we go. This is going to be a beautiful, beautiful arrangement. And these window box planters, I grow them every year. I don't grow a lot of them, 6 or 7, and they all go. They always go because they fill in really nice, and people really love them. And then again, people could do what they want with the plants. They can split them up and continue to grow like this and use the pot later on. Now each year I try to outdo myself, or I try to expand what I sell. These fluted plastic pots, I purchased a few hundred of these years ago, cases, and I had about 20 left this year, but I bought more at the dollar store because I like them. They're colorful. Obviously, that's a plus, and people seem to really like them. So I've been including these in my Coleus, the lineup that I sell at the farmers market. As you can see, we got some beautiful Coleus coming in. There's one where we're trying to coax that bottom growth in. You can see it's working. I don't want to cut those big leaves up top, but sometimes I may do that if this bottom growth is slow, because it takes a lot of nutrition to keep these big leaves healthy. So by trimming, as tough as it is, by trimming those leaves, all the energy that's required to keep those Coleus leaves healthy is going to get diverted to the lower growth, and that'll expedite the growth. You'll get a bigger, fuller, healthier Coleus. So we'll look out and see how that goes, but we're giving them time. I have some time, but there's so many options. Little pots, plastic, metal. These plastic they're really nice. The metal pots are nice, but you know, they can discolor and rust, and you know, aluminum, when it gets wet, it gets a little, you know, it gets some corrosion and so forth, even galvanized like this. But these are nice. They're smaller options. Now, of course, that's why this is the system I use, and that's why I start off with these little 3-inch nurseries, these soft nursery pots. I start all my Coleus off in my Jiffy pods, transfer them into here, get them going, organize by color and so forth, and then I decide on what to do next. Trim, and then we decide on what pots to put them in. These are kind of neat. I saw these at a dollar store, so I ordered them online. A bunch of these are like little tin pails. They're kind of neat. We'll see how this one goes. I just threw these two. Maybe I should have just put one in here. There's some more trays. But again, here are the wishbone Torenias, as pictured here, and you can start seeing. I've been hitting them with Miracle Grow Bloom Booster, so I'm starting to get looks like the pre-trailer of the flowers coming out. So that's good. They're doing pretty well. I think I lost about I planted about 25, so I think I lost about 8. So again, it's my first year, but a lot of them look really healthy, and I think they're going to go really well in these little tin pails. They're really neat, nice little tin. And these are, you just go to any store, dollar store, whatever, and you pick out. Make sure you drill holes on the bottom. All your pots need drainage holes. That's a big necessity if you want to keep your Coleus going. You don't want the roots to be sitting in a pot with the water trapped, nowhere to go, because you're definitely going to lose your plant. That goes for all plants. Anything you pot, you need to have drainage holes. And here's a few more. These are just colored plastic pots. I guess these are around 5-inch, maybe 6-inch. And I'll put 2 Coleus in here. I think I have one over here. Here we go. This should give you a shot here. Just put 2 Coleus in here. You can see all that undergrowth coming in. So we're going to trim a couple of these larger leaves, and that'll let, number one, the light in, and it'll divert some of the energy to get those bottom ones growing in anymore. But to get the bottom growth to grow in a little faster. And again, these are the fluted plastic pots. I generally put 2 Coleus in a pot. I could have easily just left the one. You can argue that's a little crowded, but not really. I'm sure the people who are going to buy this are not going to complain. But what a gorgeous Coleus. Now, yes, I have some growth coming on the bottom. I'll probably trim these very bottom leaves to let some light in there and to boost it on. But I at this point, I want to keep this. This is really beautiful, so we don't want to trim it too much. It's I take each pot as it stands and decide what I want to do with it. If I feel it'll benefit more for trimming, you can see I already trimmed the very tops. I'm not letting this grow any taller. Any new growth that comes onto the very top here, I trim, and that'll keep it, and that'll ensure that you have a nice full Coleus. But there's a beautiful plastic. Again, 2 drain holes on the bottom, a necessity. And there's a beautiful rose Kong. Again, you have the green with the white and that beautiful fuchsia pink that just grabs out. But look, you have some, like an Empire. Empire has the black on the bottom there. So this is sort of a mix. But again, it's a Kong and it's beautiful. And it goes so well in this little 10 pail, this pink pail. And what a nice little gift. Simple, easy to care for. A gift anybody would really enjoy. Just, you know, you could bring it anywhere. Kitchen windowsill. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, just an idea for you. And that's a single Coleus. And we got that growth coming in on the bottom. And of course, drain holes, drain holes. Make sure you've got drain holes for all your pots. And here's another one. This I also I got it at a dollar store. It was a little more money. I think this was like $3, but it's got like a weathered look. It's got there's little rope handles, so it's a little more money. I put a couple of Empire type Kongs in there, and you can see it's already nice and full. I'm not going to mess with it. We got undergrowth coming in, but we're not going to mess with it. We're going to keep it going. I'll keep the tops trimmed. But that's it. At this point now, I'm feeding it the Miracle Grow general purpose plant food. And just keep an eye out for insects. I'm lucky I don't have any insect problems in here. I keep the fan going. That keeps the insects from finding a nice cozy place underneath. And of course, drain holes. Drain holes. Very important. Beautiful, beautiful gift. And this is what I do every year. I try to find something a little different. Different pots every year. But beautiful, beautiful arrangements. And of course, my collections each year, my pots would never be complete without my hanging baskets. And I used to make up, I should say, 12s, 10s, and 8s, and they take up a lot of room in my greenhouse and a lot of soil. So I decided just to make 8s. It's a lot easier. They're easier to transport. And this year I saw these little add-ons. They're little cute little little fellas on their ladders, and I'm gonna include these with the hanging baskets. And I have a number of them. I bought a case of them, so I'll sell them individually, just little side things. But they look really nice. And of course, you can mix and match. Maybe you got a bunch of them. Some friends climbing up to maybe grab some shade under the Coleus. But just little ideas. These are just simple little ideas. You can, very inexpensive for gifts. And this hanging basket, it's May, and you can give that to somebody now, and they'll have this. And again, I'm in New Jersey, so my season is up through November, depending on what the winters and falls are, or the winter and fall, how the weather is. So, but I can actually keep my plants going up till the first frost. So what a wonderful, wonderful gift that just keeps giving you. And here's a beautiful hanging basket. So more ideas. And again, 8-inch hanging basket. I usually put 3 Coleus in each. You don't have to worry about drain holes in your hanging baskets. They usually have drainage built in. And these I try to put in right away once I get into my greenhouse. and to give them a chance to really blossom. I mean blossom, but fill out very nicely. So so again, I really enjoy making up these pots. And you know, getting back to the potting soil, yes, I do recommend Miracle-Gro potting soil, but it's on the expensive side. So when I make up a larger amount or very large pots, like some of these large pots that I make up for my property, what I'll do is I'll buy a number of these dollar store potting mix, which I know I've said try to stay away from this, but what I do is I'll use this potting mix for the very bottoms, or I'll fill half of the larger planters with that as fill, and then I'll top it off with the Miracle-Gro, the higher quality potting mixture, and that's where I'll plant my Coleus directly into. But at this stage, and once I start going into my larger planters, at that point the Coleus are usually pretty on the mature side, so the roots are stronger, they're stronger, they're more hardy, and the roots will take more easily into the potting mixture. So as you can see, it's really endless. You could just use your imagination. There's little trinkets you can add, like these little fellas. There's a wise owl trying to get himself a Jim's Holiest of Coleus. You don't need to climb, you have wings, pal. So whether it's these little buckets, little soft planters, little pots, anything, you could put a Coleus in it. Some of them are a little larger than others, but it's really endless, your imagination, and great gifts. I mean, talk about, as I've mentioned, it's such a personal gift, and it's something that you know, if you're growing these from seeds, or if you buy a Coleus at a store, whether it's Lowe's or Home Depot, you could take some rootings, just cut a branch off, drop it in water, root it in a few days, and put it in a little pot, and you have an instant gift. What do you think, pal? Good idea, huh? Okay, so I hope this helps out. Gives you some ideas of what you want to do with your Coleus. That, you know, it's up to you what you want to do, and we'll just enjoy some of these beautiful colors. Every day I come out here and I notice more and more growth, and it hasn't been very warm here. We've been getting a lot of rain the past few days. It's been in the mid 50s overnight, mid 40s, so it's not optimal. I've been keeping my furnace going, but once the weather starts to get into the sustained 70s and 80s, that's when things will really start to cook in here, literally, but the growth especially. But I'm still happy. I'm very excited with the variety I have this year. I'm very thankful that I've gotten a very healthy crop this year. Look at that. Is that beautiful or what? I mean, what a gift. And that's you know, as I mentioned, if you've been following along my other videos, this is what gets me going, man, is okay, look at this beautiful red Kong, look at the red in that, and look at that pot. It's just spaghetti and meatballs. What can I tell you now? A little froggy friend climbing up. You can't wait to get up there to enjoy this beautiful Coleus. Alright, so I hope everybody enjoys this video and it'll give you some ideas of what you can do. It's just the possibilities are endless, right? You want to get back to your Coleus, huh? So, alright, so enjoy, have a great week, and look forward to next week's video. I'm going to put together a little video on the, I don't know what number, it would be the top 10 most common problems or questions that you may have with your Coleus and growing Coleus. So stay tuned for that. It's a little more complicated than me shooting one of these random videos. So I have to do some more production on that. So stay tuned for that. It'll be coming up in the next couple of weeks or so. If not, till the next video, stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching Jim's Holiest Coleus, and we'll see you guys next week. Take care. See you, Mr. Froggy.